As we can see here, this is the graveyard of 4 children that were murdered by bandits and terrorist elements who came under the guise of Fulani militants and attacked this community at about 7 p.m. of 12 December 2025 around Foron axis, even though this place is under Mangu local government. And of course, I am by name Barrister Dalib Solomon Mantiri, the National President of Birom Youth Molder Association, coming to visit our brethren who have suffered a religious persecution, act of terrorism and banditry orchestrated and carried out by Fulani terrorist elements, whom according to the available information are just in a close-by settlement after displacing the people and then have taken over the land. And then as if that isn't enough, they have still come and invaded this place, and surprisingly, they kill little children. The bigger one among them is just 17 years of age, a secondarian, and the other ones are just 3, 4, and 1 year in this particular location. And the worrisome part of it is that despite the fact that Nigeria has been declared as a country of particular concern and believing that the attack would have subsided, yet they have taken it to a bigger dimension where children, minors that do not know their left and right are now the target. Because coming to a community like this that is peaceful, that has hosted this Fulani for over time, yet they have turned to be like mad dogs that turn, on their masters. And today we have come to, mourn with the people and to also see with our eyes that this dastardly act of terrorism is still ongoing. And this one now affirm the early warning signal that had gone round, that they have vowed to carry out simultaneous and coordinated attacks on Christian villages and communities on the plateau, particularly in Riomborik, Ladi, Bokos, Mangu, and other local governments, that the people will not celebrate this Christmas. And lo and behold, we could see, this is just a sign of it. Because for over 3 years now, plateau have suffered coordinated attacks during Christmas period. And this affirms that indeed, these people are up to something. And of course, it's not an issue of political correctness, but it's an issue of deliberate action of government coming to, eliminate these individuals from this general area. Otherwise, innocent people will keep going. And we are pleading with not only Nigerian government, but the US government, the Russian government, and all other allies that could come and key into eliminating terrorist elements from this axis, because it appears that the security agencies are overwhelmed, to carry out coordinated onslaught and military action or kinetic, full kinetic military action on these bandits and bad elements. But of course, with the aid of the international community, it will help President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to eliminate these individuals so that Nigerians can have peace and then the country will experience development.
Okay, so you talked about the Christmas periods and simultaneously simultaneous attacks across various communities. Is this the only incident, or are there any other incidents that have been recorded within this?
Of course, recently in Bokos, we learned about the killing attack on the pastor, the kidnap of many people, and then of course at the mercy of the Fulanis whether to release or not. That one now affirms to us further that of course Christians within this axis can never enjoy their full fundamental rights as worshippers of God the Father Almighty. So it calls for double action on the part of security and government so that people can worship God freely. Because I wouldn't see the reason why, having been hosted for over time and then without any reason, even if there is any reason, it must be justified by law. But of course, people that have hosted them living in peace and then coming to kill them in the name of Fulani militancy or Headers Farmers clash, which has been the distorted narrative. But as we can see today, if it were to be called Haters Farmers Clash, why coming to kill little children? Killing now Haters Farmers Clash over what? Clashing over land or clashing over what? There is nothing like that, but it is pure act of terrorism that the Fulani are bent on grabbing land. That we can see about 4 or 5 villages within this axis have been taken over. And now they have really taken over and brought in the bandits element who have infested those areas and are carrying out this act of terrorism on daily basis. That people here, we could see that people are in very, very state of traumatic, situation, that they cannot even sleep at night. And these are people that they cannot go even to harvest their farmlands. Even the few farms they cultivated, went to harvest, the Fulani went just day before yesterday and harvested everything, so that they will cripple the people economically. And we know that economic war is even more dastardly than even the armed one. So the people cannot survive. Those that are able to survive the armed attack, their farm crops have already been taken over and they have been, harvested and crippled. So this is the full jihad and terrorism that these bad elements are carrying out here. And so unfortunate that a matter like this, occurred, and we've not seen it, being carried out either by the media. But if it were one cow that is rustled or one cow that is killed, whether it is killed by the Fulani, whenever they want to justify an attack, they will bring, come up with this fictitious claim, and then the whole media would have been there, capturing the whole situation, overblowing it as if the whole world has come to an end. But now, 4 little and innocent children who have been killed, the media is not touching. The government is not saying anything. Security agents are not saying anything. What kind of collusion and compromise? This, as far as I'm concerned, is a conspiracy of silence that is being played by the security agents that are saddled with the responsibility of guaranteeing the safety of Nigerians.
Okay, so recently we've had reports of cattle rustling against the Fulani cattle being rustled, and then also this incident came with a tiny bit of rustling, the semblance of rustling, and the international community is beginning to ask questions. Would it actually be a case of reprisals that counter?
It is a notorious fact, undeniable, that whenever Fulani have planned to carry out their act of terrorism on innocent people of Nigeria, particularly on the plateau, they will either come by way of fictitious claim or false assertion that their cows have been rustled, their cows have been poisoned, whether it is done by them or by unknown persons, but they will always frame up such allegations to justify any carnage and onslaught that will be carried out on innocent Nigerians. In the recent times, there have been allegations of cattle rustling around Fan area, the poisoning of cows around Kwi area of Barkiladi and Riom respectively. But of course, assuming, though not considering that it is true that their cows were poisoned or they were rustled, there is constituted authority that is saddled with the responsibility of carrying out investigation to ascertain whether or not it is true. But of course, because that is their antics to carry out onslaught on the people, they have now come up with this allegation. And we've done our own discreet findings. There is no trace of cattle rustling. There's no trace of poisoning of cows. And if the cows were poisoned, by who? But we've seen that innocent people are pained by it. So it therefore means if this thing must come to an end, there must be ban on open grazing. And I'm saying this as an authority that is manning the Birom youth nationality on the plateau and Nigeria as a whole. I'm calling on security agents to ban open grazing. Our land is not for grazing. And if Fulani has any land to go and graze there, he should come with evidence that this is my land, and he should restrict it within the land that he has acquired, if at all he has any land that he has acquired elsewhere. But our own lives can never in any way be tested by free grazing, that at the end of the day people are massacred. You could see that little children are massacred in the name of grazing. We will not take this. And if government will not rise up to the occasion, we cannot guarantee peace within this general area. Because our lives are precious, are sacrosanct, and nobody has the power to take away anybody's life except by the order of court upon conviction. But why will we be, exposed to this kind of carnage, terrorism by the Fulani, and then nobody saying anything? We will no longer take this. Government should rise up to the occasion. We believe in the president in the presidency of under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We also believe in the leadership of Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang. But of course, we want to see it on ground. Let it not be a rhetoric. And want the media to take note of this and take it to the way we are calling on American government to come and help Nigerian security to eradicate and eliminate these bad elements that have invaded and have grabbed land. More than 151 villages on the plateau have been taken over and are under the occupation of this bandit element, terrorist element that invaded the state, and then nobody is saying anything.
So, when I say like this, see, no one, all of us don't park on off of village. See, you see all this door, everywhere don't close. See, you see. So, we don't tire though. We don't know what you're gonna do. All these bandits, they don't fire our village. See, everywhere. See, see. All people don't park on months. We don't know what you want to do again. See, just was now on Sunday, 14th of December. They enter our village. See everywhere. See, people don't park on months. They don't carry people go inside bush. Like almost close to 40 people. They don't park them go. So we don't know what you want to go. When I help us, see our village. See our village. Now only far see. Now only far you can see. See. Everybody don't go. See this place. So we don't tire though. See everywhere. No people again. No. Everybody don't park come out. See. Everywhere is locked. So when I help us, they don't scatter our village. They don't scatter our village. We don't know what we don't know what you want to do again. No. See everywhere. See how they break all those windows. See.
This is Kogi. This village that you are seeing, they have packed their clothes, run away from their village. The village is empty. You not see anybody there. They are running away. The village is empty due to foreign terrorists that are slaughtering people in Nigeria. Look at the community. Everywhere is empty. People have packed their clothes, run away. This is the situation in Nigeria. And this is not only in Kogi. If you go to Plateau, you will see it. Benue State, Kaduna, in different places in Nigeria, you will see this thing now. If you go to many villages, you will not see anybody there. Not only in Kogi, not only in Kogi, in different states in Nigeria. This is a situation in Nigeria. And tomorrow, you will see our politicians and the so-called ministers of God. They will deny him. There's nothing like Christian genocide in Nigeria. Look at what is happening in Nigeria. Look at what is happening in Nigeria. They have conquered this place. Fulani terrorists have conquered this village. Not only this village. There are different states. If you go to their village, you will not see anybody. Fulani terrorists have conquered. That is why our politicians say Luga. This is Luga. They are using violence to take Luga by force. They are using violence to take many lands. That is what is happening in Nigeria.